let's talk about manual billing. Billing is obviously very important to your business because that's how you get paid. Now, Hydroscribe can do both automatic billing and manual billing. Automatic billing is covered in a separate video, and if you want to see it, just click on tutorial videos here and then click on automatic billing and watch the video. Right now we're covering manual billing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is click the Hide Stats button so we can see the whole menu. Now, by default, when you set up a customer, you're setting them up so that inside of their accounts, their login account as you recall, you're going to put the billing information. So let's just say I'm going to look up a customer here, this customer. I'm going to look into their login account, and as I scroll down, the one important thing that you must put in here is if you are charging a monthly service fee for services that you offer to this client on a regular basis, then you have to put it in. Now, if you recall from setting up a customer, you can set up 3 different date ranges over which you actually provide service. And the purpose for breaking it up into 3 different ranges is so that if you charge a different amount for different periods of the year, for example, in the early part of the year, you may only service the pool once a month, but in the middle of summer, you might be servicing that pool 2 or more times per month, so you would charge more. So that's why we allow up to 3 different ranges for service. So the only thing that's important here is that you put in the amount that you charge. So I'm going to say I'm charging this customer $100 per month for regular service. If you're only doing repair jobs for this customer, then you would put 0 because you don't charge a regular service fee for this customer. Your fees would come from creating a work order and generating an estimate for the customer and then doing the work and then billing for that work order. For this, we're only talking about regular service right now, so I'm going to charge this customer $100. Do I want to charge on a per visit basis? No. If I were to select yes here, then this amount would apply each time the pool tech visited that location. So that's all we need to do, and we click the submit button. So now the customer is set to be charged for a monthly fee of $100. Now, the other thing that I want to do before I actually bill this customer is, are there any other charges that they've racked up during the course of the month? And I can do that by going into invoices, click customer charges, and I'm going to select the customer. I'll just search for that individual here, and then I'm going to select unbilled charges here. You can also check for billed charges or any charges that are on hold, but I'm going to check for unbilled charges, so click submit, and this customer does have a charge of $265.25 that has not been billed to them yet. So that's good information to know. Now, before I bill this customer, it would be nice to be able to see if there are any setup problems that I have with this customer that might prevent the billing process from working accurately. And we can do that. There are multiple ways, but what we're going to do first is we're going to run trial invoices. Trial invoices is a way of looking at what's going to appear on that customer's invoice without actually billing the customer. It's a really neat tool, so give it a try. So let's click Run Trial Invoices, and when I do, it scans through all my customers and creates bill. I'm going to search for that person, and there's their trial invoice, and as we can see, we added a service charge of $100, and there it is. But they also had a charge of $265.25, and it charged some tax based on that part that I supplied to them. So their total invoice is going to be $384.48. So that's good to know. So now that we know that their invoice covers both the service fee and the part that I supplied to them during the month, another thing I can do is I can go to diagnose a billing problem. And this tool allows you to search for any potential problems or any problems even after the fact. If you bill the customer and the bill is not correct and you might want to find out why, you would come in here. So we're going to select the customer, and let's say I'm going to bill the person today, and it's a manual billing. So I click submit, and wow, no problems. Okay, so there are no billing issues, so I'm good to go. So now if I'm going to bill this customer, I'm going to look for the option to do that, and to do that I can click invoice one customer. Now you can manually bill all your customers by selecting invoice all customers, but I'm going to just bill that one customer. So I click bill one customer, and then I'm going to search for that customer, and there. And now I want to put in what date range do I want to appear on that invoice. It allows me to do that. So I'm going to say August 1st through August 31st, and then I click submit, and the person has now been billed. So now I'm going to go to view unpaid invoices, and here is the customer. So now I can look at their invoice, and there is their $384.48 on their invoice. Notice that they had no previous balance, and there is the $100 service charge, and there's the charge for the part. Now I can print the invoice, and when I click print, notice that it creates a PDF with that invoice, but it also includes a return slip down at the bottom that the person can write the amount in that they're paying and return the bottom portion with their check. And that's it. That's all there is to manually billing a person.